Yo. All right. This is another review for Townze on Pyro. Nice little preseason scrim on Ashville. Want to go over it, give you my thoughts and stuff, what you can be doing better. Asheville's like both an easy and a hard Pyro map depending on how your team wants to play. It's really easy to like know where Spy is and kind of how to control that aspect of the game. But it can be pretty challenging to take space in the map without just getting like shot by every single hit scan class in the game. So you got to know your limits pretty well. Anyways, we'll go ahead and boot up this demo. What I like to do, especially like when I watch my own demos on Asheville, is I'll try to like slow down the mids just to see what's happening because they generally run like quite fast. Looks like the demo broke. Hold on. TF2 is a very good game that works very well all the time.
3, 2, 1. Pyro, Miss Falling here.
Okay, all right. So the most important thing is here is making sure your demo gets the arrow. You don't jump in front of it. Nice, nice. Usually what I try to do here on these mids is going to be getting one det in the top of their shutter. It's very important to shoot like towards the top, like over everyone's heads, and then like pop the det instead of risking accidentally just like shooting a random player, like you're the heavy like standing in front of the sniper as he peeks, and then you just like direct the heavy and it's kind of useless. So that's pretty important. And then I'll explain more after I actually watch, so we don't just sit in the shutter AFK for another 5 minutes. Okay, so yeah, kind of like I mentioned, you end up just like shooting the heavy directly, basically, which is like the worst target you can be hitting. I like that you're getting out onto point here, and it looks like, I'm assuming this isn't a bug, that Spy, I don't know what Fish is doing here if this isn't like a bugged unusual effect. That's a weird place for Spy to be. Usually Spies are going to be like on Dead Ringer and just like walking across like boxes side, trying to revolver your demo. Yeah, I don't know what Fish is being weird. I respect your positioning here. You do end up just kind of dying, which obviously sucks. They end up just kind of like hanging back in their toxic and shooting you with all their hit scan players. So it just kind of is what it is. The big thing I like is that you didn't just sit around and like wait and do nothing on Pyro. It's extremely easy on Ashville for you to be super useless and not really contribute to the mid fight at all, and either your team just like kills everyone or dies and then you run away. So what I like to do is like shoot that first det and then like get out on point in front of my demo man. Kind of got to gauge like how a team's going to shoot at you. Some teams will just like 5-man hit scan you and you got to back up. Some teams really won't shoot at you at all. And then what I try to do if I can stay in that position is like priority number 1 is making sure the demo doesn't do damage. Basically, you can just reflect everything on the mid, and then making sure you break the Spy's knife, pop his DR. You buy yourself around like 10 seconds or so before you have to worry about that guy's a threat, and hopefully you can like finish up the mid successfully and then worry about Spy coming in after the fight. Again, you kind of die here, which is going to happen sometimes. Like the aggression can just lead to death. You want to try to avoid it whenever you can, but it's better than just like so many Pyros I'll review will like walk out of shutter and then like go stand in their toxic and just like look up and hope the soldier bombs. And if the soldier doesn't bomb, they're just doing nothing. So I think it's way better to like be proactively doing something on Asheville mids like 100% of the time instead of like hoping players play into you. But anyways, we'll move on here. Spy is going to be behind you, and he's already cooking people up, and your team's got to get out. As long as your med lives here, it's fine, but your med is definitely not going to live. Surely not, right?
The control point is being captured.
That's crazy. All right, well, good shit. Your med lives, which is really, really good. I feel like everyone that's ever given a map review on Asheville has said it doesn't matter if your medic dies on mid, which is obviously true. But in a situation like this where like everyone but your med dies, like obviously you want your med to live. All right, so I think I don't think their med died either. So you guys are gonna have an exchange here, which is good. I like that you're spy checking corners here and being pretty purposeful with it. You don't need to double back as much as you are, and you don't need to be like as schizo about it, but you're like checking the right spots. You can just be a little more methodical as you do it. And you want to try to use doubling back as like a kind of a trap if you're going to be doing it, where you'll like look like you cleared something, so the spy kind of gets baited into walk and go for something, and then you like turn around and catch him. It doesn't work against every spy. I think I've done it to fish before, but it's really dependent on the spy in the situation. But you know he just stabbed your spy, so you should have a good call of where he is right now. And assuming your spy was like on their side of the map or something, or like on maybe your ramp, you should know where he is and know you just need to look forward. Again, you know, like I guarantee this guy's not here. Like I don't see your spy's body like anywhere around here, so you know that the enemy spy shouldn't be here. The biggest things I'd prioritize once you get onto like fans basically or bats, if your team wants to try and like walk fans or take the super fans, is to preemptively clear the traps that are super common on fans. But yeah, I do like that you're thinking about your sniper though. That's super important. One thing to think about is like those spending your ammo to reflect there didn't really matter. Those weren't those pipes weren't a threat to anyone at the time. So just think about that when it comes to ammo management. You want to try and keep yourself in like a good position when it comes to that. Okay, this is like fine. Right here is where you really want to be juggling back and forth between spy and looking forward, but you guys take the Uber out, and so I think it's super good. You get the 2 kills, which is really solid, and your whole team lives and can come in for this post fight. So your team just needs to get walk-in. That mini really needs to die. This is fine. Just play on your sniper here, to be honest. Even if you die, it's fine. Cool, really good catch, and you don't chase. You know he's just gonna kill you. So nice, and you know you have time. Like this guy's not walking in right now. He's just getting his knife back in like 2 or 3 seconds. So this is actually an insanely good opportunity to get yourself on the roof. One, you have 8 players alive. So you have players to spy check. Your soldier is dead, but your scout can get on point spy checking. Your heavy can be turning around. Your engine can be turning around. Your medic can look around for themselves, because it's basically like snipers dead, so you don't have to worry about the sightline. Their demo's not coming in. But the big thing that you gotta notice here is that their med is dead, which is like a perfect time for them to try and take a point sack for their soldier. Like if you're playing against, I don't know who the soldier you're playing against is right now, but if you're playing against Dur right now, this guy's landing on your point as you guys are capping. So this is a perfect opportunity to get it to roof while your team caps. Your scout gets the 2 times you get to hold roof, and make sure that like the sack doesn't get anything. Yep. I guess he didn't end up going in, which is fine. This is okay. I know I mentioned it in the upward in these all are demos from before. I started reviewing them, so it's not going to be different at the time, yet. But again, you're just chasing a little too much. Like for thinking about spy. Like yes, spy is behind you. Yes, you know where he is. I forgot I can't turn. Like he's behind you somewhere, but you just want to let him come to you. This is a map where once spy gets across, it's really easy to track where he's going to be. Because like say he's across and you see him like under your bats, right? The pathing that he can take is really predictable, and if he hasn't taken like roughly the fastest possible time to get somewhere, he's probably going somewhere else pretty consistently. So if you see him like go under your bats, he's either walking all the way through your spawn, getting your teleporter, which your NG will say something about, and then he's going to come shutter or ramp. Or he's going to go up your bats and try and like pressure your sniper if your sniper's up there. And then think about the ways you can rotate between those points on the map as the spy. If you see him on your bats, all it takes is a walk down the stairs and he's in your shutter. So if you see him on bats, you've given him enough time to get through to your shutter, and he's not through. He's either walking all the way to your ramp, going to your spawn, or just still hanging out on your bats. It sounds like a lot of places, but only like one of those is an actual threat after you check your shutter. You clear your shutter out. You don't actually have to walk in there. You can just check the corner and make sure you don't see him. And then you want to be thinking about, okay, he's going to like walk down ramp, and if he doesn't walk down ramp in the next like few seconds, you can think, okay, he's not at ramp. He's either like sitting in spawn doing nothing, or he's going to be like super delayed, which is usually rare. And at that point, you can just kind of like assume he's going to go in on a timing with his flank instead of like try to do anything solo whatsoever. But yeah, obviously spies are threat right now, and this is another situation too where I mentioned on the upward demo about thinking about where your players are at when it comes to spy checking. If you like can't stand here and start spy checking while your heavy's here, that's like really bad. Like the heavy can see all that. Yeah, it's seconds. Like it's 1 second that is like poor micro. But you know, those are the opportunities that you make. So just be careful of that. Okay, your sniper, I respect it. I like it. This is really strange. This is abnormal, but you're going with your team. You're making sure your sniper's not going to get stabbed when you know spy's behind you. So, all right, awesome. TF2 is such a good game. Give me a moment. Yeah, I like that you walked with your team there. So, super, super solid, even though it's like a really weird situation. Okay, I'm gonna go to like 30K. See where we're at. So I know that was like a 13K start, and I've been pretty okay. This is like immediately. I've gone too far. Unlucky. We're gonna go to 25K. I realize how much I've been pausing. Hopefully my game doesn't immediately crash again. But you know, it's Team Fortress 2. Hey, look at that! Awesome. Sorry about this. Can I, I'm going to go pause the recording real quick and make sure I actually get to the timestamp and my game lives. Okay. Sure that my game doesn't crash immediately again. Oh, and it broke again. Awesome. Surely it doesn't actually crash again. Please, God. Okay. Okay. All right, so we're right after where we were at before. Okay, so again, I think, yeah, we know spy should be behind. You end up getting sniped here. Dude. One sec. Okay. We'll see if my demo crashes again. But I think we are right after where you... okay, yeah, it did break again. We are right after where you died to the sniper, I believe. So, please, God, fucking don't crash. I can't really analyze. You probably shouldn't have died to that sniper, is my guess, but I can't get my game to fucking live long enough to look at it. So, sorry about that. Okay, so you know spy is in your left lobby as you come out here. If you're rolling out to chase him, it's probably not super worth it. But he dies, so this is very good. It means you guys, this is actually a really good opportunity to send your sniper ramp while your team like pushes off bats because you don't have spy calls, especially after he takes this shot. This is a really good time for it. Just send you and your sniper. Nice. Yeah, that's what I would say you guys should be doing right now. I wouldn't be trying to shoot these kind of deaths very often. Like you end up flinching at their sniper and he gets the pick there, which is really nice. But it's also very likely that you peek this and then immediately get headshot by that guy, and then you're dead again for the push as the spy is going to be recrossing. Thanks, but you guys end up with a ton of picks, so which is really, really good. Usually what I try to do on at the shutter, if we're taking a refight, is I'll just kind of try to jiggle the corner, air blast the sticks, and then maybe shoot a det like above it if my team wants to get out there. But otherwise, I'm kind of never really peeking it unless I'm maybe opening the door for my sniper. But yeah, I like that you're thinking about this. Your team just needs to get out. It's crazy that that kind of works out that way. That's fine. Good reflex. I mean, you kill him, you kill yourself on him. It's fine. Or no, he kills himself on you. First reflect is fine, but is what it is. Just gonna make sure your team's aware that spy can be through. Actually, I need to rewatch it again. I must have missed something. Pray to God my game lives, but I didn't see how your med died, so I actually could be completely wrong about what I just said. So yeah, we're back here. You get arrowed. Like I said, I don't like this peak very much. I'm gonna slow it down because it gets pretty aggressive. Because you guys are up so many. Like they're down 5 right now, including literally every one of their power classes. And I know their scouts on your bats. which this guy just shouldn't be allowed to be here. This isn't your fault. Like, this should be... Your NG's still alive. It looks like your heavy just died to the soldier, which sucks. I don't know how your scouts died, but like this just shouldn't ever be happening. One, I think you need to probably be rolling out bats with them, but even still, like this guy just shouldn't be allowed to be here. This is really weird. He does kill your demo, which sucks. And now the soldier's going to come in for a salvage. But the thing is, you guys still have point too. So you don't even have to, like, you don't need to, like, actually be on point. You don't need to hold the space since they're not capping it. You can just be, like, kind of posted up. You see this soldier. You get that first reflect. The biggest mistake here is pulling out your debt. You know, you need to be set up to be reflecting this next rocket as soon as possible. Pulling out your debt to do 40 damage is like not going to do anything. You never want to switch to your secondary while you're playing like the reflect game with the soldier, because it just gives him an opportunity to take advantage of the situation and kill you or like shoot, you know, your teammate, whatever. If you have flames off, which I'm assuming you do, just hold M1 on him and then like try to go for the predictive rocket or react if you have the like crazy, like super close reactions like this are really hard. Usually it's predictive. But yeah, you don't need, like, you probably kill yourself on him if you hit this reflect. Either way, you're both probably dead here. But definitely, you don't want to be microing like that in like like dealing with the bomb. You want to just keep your flamethrower out pretty much at all times. But I want to see what happens. So your med, it looks like, took a bunch of damage from that, but doesn't die. They're getting their respawners. Like, your med needs to be getting the hell out right now. And this scout's still just like alive. Yeah, your team's just got to handle that scout, man. The spy getting your med probably still happens, to be honest. I mean, it's just like a long-range revolver shot. But, like, that scout lived for so long. And your NG was up here. Like, I don't know what your NG was doing. Probably, like I said, I think your micro was really bad as, like, actually dealing with the soldier bomb after the first reflect. But, like, whatever is going on up here on bats is, like, not your fault. Okay, that's also a pretty fine way to clear Shutter. You're like overdoing it a little bit. Like, you cleared it, you saw you got the traps, you know, like, you're good to go. You don't need to keep worrying about it, especially if your team's not actually pushing through there. I think your positioning is fine, but you're a little too worried about trying to look at everything and like moving around a little too much. But you're in the right area. Cool, you're participating in the sack. You can kill the sniper at least. Nice. Very good. Probably don't overheat here. This guy should kill you most of the time. Yeah, good job. You handled that fight really well. And now again, this is perfect time to get on roof. Because look, you have you're up 8. They have 1 guy alive here. It's probably a bad point sack for him at this point, but this is like that's it. That's the only guy. And you just finished capping, so you want to be on roof here for sure. This is the perfect time to dead jump onto roof. It will already have been up there. Like, as soon as you killed that NG, you want to be on your roof. And again, you're looking at your shutter right now. Spy just spawned. You know, there is not a player in the game that can be back here unless I somehow missed that soldier's behind you, which I guess is possible. But yeah, like Spy just spawned with 8 other people, so you know he's not taking the teleporter. If he is, like, he's trolling his team. And you know there's only 2 places for the guy to cross on the map, right? You know, he goes under or he crosses point. That's it. And your team has point, so it's going to be pretty hard for him to cross under. So you just kind of want to chill, look forward, shoot some debts. Like, I would be maybe shooting some fire around cross time on the left side, probably shooting some debts on the right side, shooting some debts on the chokes. Like, at fans, if you see the shutter open, shooting them into toxic is good. And then you can shoot a dead or 2 on the under exit around when you think he's going to be across. I have to pull up the timings, which I can do after this. But you really got to understand, like, not just when Spy is alive, but where he can be once he spawns, because you're basically doing the equivalent of spy checking while the spy is dead. And I mean, the class is it's a two different classes when Spy's alive versus not, because you can, like, if you kill Spy, kill Soldier, you basically get to go do whatever you want and like have freedom to like find opportunities. If Spy and Soldier are both alive, you're kind of like locked down to like playing a certain way around both of them. So You know, being super aware where they can be, who's alive, et cetera, is like going to heavily impact your ability to like micro. Okay, yeah, again, so I really dislike you being over here. You're in a position that their sniper is probably rolling out bats, because most teams are going to be like positioning themselves on bats, getting ready for the push. I don't have Ubers tracked at all right now, but I'm imagining it's going to be you guys have ads, so they're going to like take a sack or dry since their med did die. So them getting a pyro pick right here because you're spy checking this cross with your flamethrower and putting yourself in a position to get headshot would be, it could be game winning for them. Like if you get a headshot right now, then they get to bomb in with their demo and their soldier without a pyro being involved. Their spy is crossing right now, so he could be, you know, like even if he is right here, he can just like come through your secret and like stab or just like start shooting people, right? Like you're putting yourself at risk when you could just shoot a det that lands literally right here under here, look through your secret from like toxic, and never give up the good positioning that you currently that you had. Like again, you don't need to shoot that det. Like that's a scary det. I said going this far, that spy check on shutter is how I normally like to do it. I think that's totally fine. Again, I think you're moving around a little too much. Okay, this is another micro thing. One, the spy actually died, but the second you see this guy here and you shoot that det that should break his knife, just ignore him. You know, he's not an active threat to you. Like if he runs up here with his revolver, it's really unlikely for starters. But you have time to react to your sniper and get into shutter, et cetera. But when you're dealing with these situations where it's a really hectic fight, you want to find a thing, deal with it in like the way that deal with it to the point that it's neutralized from being a direct threat. You don't have to kill it. You don't have to like as long as it's not directly about to affect someone on your team, you can immediately refocus and look for the next thing. You know, you can shoot that det, break his knife, and immediately look up for a soldier potentially bombing, because that could be happening right now. There could be a soldier like sitting in your toxic, like about to kill your whole team, while this spy is like that's still like that's just dead, is, you know, obviously doing nothing. Thankfully nothing too bad happens, but you're still a little focused. Okay, he did DR, which pretty expected on this map, but again, like I mentioned before, he's coming to you. You know, you don't need to worry about going to find that guy. He'll come to you, and while you're like worried about walking up to like up your stairs to like shoot a det back into like the back of your bats, that's when a bomb could be coming in. That's when they could be dropping off fans. So I gotta be very careful of swinging this wide because of sniper. Fine spy checking. The big thing I like here, oh, that sucks. You're a little slow to it. Is as soon as you see your NG, you spy check your NG and you see your NG going shutter, you want to refocus again. Like use your teammates to understand where spy can be. Your scout getting stabbed here like sucks. Like he should be a little more aware of that. And like people playing with their backs to like up ramp is like the most annoying thing ever. But as soon as you see that your NG's handling this, at least take a peek to your ramp. Like I said, it just kind of sucks. Your team needs to back up to. Oh, your med just threw the. That sucks. I didn't see if it was the soldier. I think it was the soldier that killed him. But like your med literally like had Uber and just backed into a soldier instead of like walking out shutter. You got to tell your med to be playing shutter for sacks if that's what you guys are worried about. Like yeah, you could hit that reflect, but your med like put you in the worst situation ever to hit it. You just gotta be trying to leave shutter there as soon as shit like that starts going down. They collapse in UL regardless, so it is what it is. Nice, good point sack from your soldier. Gets the sniper. But like I mentioned, you know, that kind of sack right there, that's when it happens. You know, it's exactly when the soldiers are trying to do shit. So. All right, cool. You guys have 1 minute to get a good fight together, basically, which is super chill. Yep. I mentioned before, you clear shutter a little differently than me, but I think yours is like that method is like totally fine and reasonable. I imagine, yeah, I don't think Arb wanted you to keep that open for as long as he did. You're just taking a lot of risk that you don't really need to with the sheer amount of spam. You kind of want to open it for like a second to like give him a chance to shoot. Yeah, okay, this is good micro for dealing with the Uber, by the way. Jiggling that corner and just air blasting down is like exactly what you want to be doing. And they just like don't even push the issue once you get in that position. So that's good. Nice. Okay. Good job. I like how you handled this drop down with your team. You got out. You checked behind you as you did it. That might be a spy sniper. No, it's not. He's just creepy. Yeah. Again, this is exactly when you want to be on your roof. Nice. You guys use. It doesn't matter. It's a good fight. You're on detonator, and I don't know if I saw you get on roof like a single time. Some teams will play like perma roof pyro. Some teams will play like more grounded pyro. The team, like when I play with Kira, he usually likes me on the ground and scout on roof. But there's still good opportunities to get on roof that you should be aware of. What my philosophy usually is that pyro on roof is very good offensively and scout on roof is very good defensively. Like if you have point. So I kind of described it a bit before where when you're taking point, if you have the opportunity to jump on roof while everyone else caps, you can, you don't have to like kill a soldier bombing or anything, right? Like you literally just like right click and put that guy back in his bats and you've done your job. The scout in that situation has to like perfect two shot the soldier while he's in the air before he lands and like kills your medic or something, right? So the scout just can't fill in that role in that specific situation. Whereas once you have point, the scout is a lot more mobile and getting up and down off of roof and like finding opportunities. And you shouldn't be playing like in your toxic, like your med really, for that to be like a horrid place for the soldier to land. Worst case, and you can just kind of help your scout clean up the bomb while you like kite out, like through shutter with your med. Worst case. But yeah, that's the general philosophy. You definitely want to take the opportunity to get on roof when you have it. Especially you can find spaces where like say you kill the spy, and you have like 10-15 seconds at minimum where that you can just kind of like chill on roof and have some presence there. On teams like DT teams or like Jacob teams, they'll like to play their pyro like perma roof, and it's basically just turns into not your job to spy check other than maybe the cross, and you just like your job is just to sit there and make sure they can't get over roof ever. I think both are correct. It depends on the team. As long as everyone's on the same page, you just want to make sure that you and your scout are on the same page as to whose responsibility it is, because otherwise, like, no one will be up there, and then everyone's dying. But yeah, let's take a look at this second round. I'm going to slow it down again on the mid. Oh, something terrible happened. This mid might be cooked. This is another round. Okay. I'm going to watch this a little more before I make a super strong judgment. All right. At this point, you guys almost have to give up the mid because of how it's played. The two things I disliked here. Stopping to spend as much time as you did to clear the one stick in your shutter, and then taking as much time as you did to find a target on... like once you were out to mid to like shoot a det at their demo. You really, really want to just be defaulting to shooting like a det top of shutter that like pops and hits like 4 or 5 people. Because yeah, you might not hit the demo specifically, but like as long as you're hitting the sniper is like really, really important. And like if you're hitting the sniper plus as many people as possible with that first det, you're adding flame punch to the sniper. Obviously, you're killing everyone's crit heals and you're removing buffs. And all of that is really, really strong for that like first det on the mid. You kind of using your det, one, to clear a trap that probably isn't that big of a deal, and two, to only hit the guy that everyone's going to shoot, kind of loses like the impact of a det when it comes to like removing buffs, removing crit heals, stuff like that. Because like that guy's getting hit regardless. That guy's buff's not sticking around regardless. You want to hit the people that are going to be a little less like on the front line at the start to really like put pressure on their heals. After that, you guys are kind of cooked because your med missed the arrow, so your demo's like at a really low HP, so he's really scared. You end up having to back up because you're getting pressured instead of like being able to reflect. I like that you made sure to pop the spies DR at the start. That's obviously good. But like right now, this is a tough mid, especially with your sniper down now too. It's a really, really tough mid. I'm going to speed it back up to normal, actually. But my guess is just based on all that information, this mid is probably cooked and you just have to leave. Yeah, soldier gets through. Good reflect. You get sniped. It goes better than expected, but you guys need to be leaving right now. Like you guys are leaving the worst place possible. Thankfully, their soldier's dead, but they're probably walking into a spy right now. So you just need to rotate as quick as possible, get out of the death trap that is ramp. Not, I like, not entirely, like, I'm not blaming you a whole ton for that mid, but it definitely micro that you could have improved on that would have had positive impact. Sometimes you play perfect mid and just lose, it doesn't matter on Pyro, but always things to improve on. Okay, nice, you get up here. I don't think Spy died. I need to start tracking a little more here. I'm thinking about too many other things. But you know he's on DR. So something, actually, this is a good time to talk about how DR works a lot differently than like regular stock and Viswatch. In how you want to be spy checking. You pretty much want to start only spy checking with your eyes. Because you know that guy, if he's going to come in, is always going to be visible. You're never catching him on a cross without already seeing him, basically, unless somebody like pops it and you like catch him on the like as he gets through. But even still, it's really, really hard to actually like finish that guy off or do much of anything other than maybe break his knife if you weren't the one to pop it in the first place. So you want to, as always, be setting yourself up to be in good positions to deal with people walking in on the players that you want to protect. But you can pretty much do it all with your eyes. You're going to see him. He has to be visible. If he's not visible, he is running away and probably gone for 10 seconds, getting a pack and waiting for his DR to come back up. So think about it like that when you see a spy on DR, which is really common to be perma on Ashville. Okay, overchase. You're already overchasing. Even if you kill this guy, you've already given up enough space and enough time for this soldier to like get this pack, start jumping through and coming through your shutter. If you walk any further than this, and like you're peeking with that, good. You pinch him. The pinch is good. If you had the call that this guy was pinching, I think this is probably fine. But the big mistake you made then is peeking with the debt here. You just get your flamethrower out. You know, you've given the opportunity to do like a 111 damage rocket. You guys just need to get the hell out of. Okay, good. Nice. This is a fine Pyruber. If you wanted to chase that med there, I think it would have been fine. But this is also really good. Now, yeah, you just gotta get in for the cleanup. The thing that sucks about that chase is you put your team at a big risk, but I don't think like a lot of your players were actually dead for that. But I could be entirely wrong. I wasn't looking at the top of the HUD enough. You end up dying here, which sucks, and the med living really sucks actually. Why you guys are still looking to cap? It's still mid, so it's like not the end of the world, but it most likely means that they're gonna end up getting point as a result of this fight, and then have ad. Oh man, fish is 7 HP. That's an ambitious cross from your spy. Okay, so you know, again, spy I think lived. You guys killed their med though, rogue down, so that's really good. And spy dies. I think perma. Yeah, it looks like perma. Again, you're spy checking. Even if you think this guy DR'd, in my opinion, just like don't like if he wasn't like in your shutter, just like pretend he's dead and like worry about getting to point. What is Churms up to? Yo, what is Jerobus doing in this game? Okay, getting your med out here is totally fine. Checking the corners, nice. Cool. Again, like you stopped pulling out your debt. You thought about it at the start. You end up like eating a rocket, but once you like literally just like stare at this guy and start walking at him, he knows he's cooked. You know, like as soon as you pull your debt out there, if you pulled your debt out like while you were trying to like chase him through, like into shutter, just to do a little bit more damage, like that's when he's taking an opportunity to shoot a rocket. So good shit. Ooh. Okay, fucking celery, always trying to be aggressive, but good pick. You know spies that here. Again, this is another great opportunity for you to get on your roof. It lasts a little less since your med's dead, but okay, you guys get a lot of cap. You guys just don't have the opportunity to really cap here, unfortunately. What is Jerobus doing? I should have said something earlier. Again, you're just sitting ramp. If you're not like, if you're not rotating ramp, basically, it's bad. If you're not peeking your sniper from ramp, if you're not like going ramp to leave, which leaving ramp is still generally bad, but if you're going there, you just gotta get out. It's a bad place to hang out in. Like you have no med, your whole like it's just you and your demo. You're low HP. Just get out the ramp. You know, now you have to wait another 15 seconds to like actually take this refight. Whereas if you, as soon as you guys end up in the situation where you know you're actually not going to be able to take this point and they're going to be walking in, you can just rotate through Shutter with your demo, have your med back up. You guys have crit heals by then. You guys get fully buffed. You put your sniper peeks through Shutter. You guys walk off bats. You have like your sniper kills their medic. You guys get off, take the like all of the good things can happen right now. All of the things can like still maybe happen, but now your med is to stand around for an extra 20 seconds at minimum, which that's 20 seconds on the clock. And these are the mistakes that like add up a lot. Your spy is going for some real ambitious plays. It's like the solo decloak on point. Okay, that looked like a DR, but maybe it wasn't. Yeah, okay, it wasn't nice. I don't think, yeah, I don't think it was. Nice reflect. You did, I should mention, you did a little bit of spy checking with the spy's head on your way out there, but all good. I guess it was a DR. That was like the longest like DR all time if it was. Anyways, he is definitely dead now. Yeah, another great opportunity, like I mentioned. This is when you want to be on roof. Okay, you get out, cut the Uber, look for this soldier. Nice, very good, very, very good. This is super, super common. This is the reason that it's like really scary to actually do this rotate. If you don't know, look at the soldier could be bombing because yeah, that like soldiers will land there and just like sink as you walk up there. So a lot of times it's safer to try and just like walk out through lobby instead. But very, very good. That's like be very aware if your bed's ever like running up here as you rotate out. That's exactly what's going to happen. So good job dealing with that. And you probably just get your med out here. This is like the weird like rare occasion where you just like you can just build with your med and just pull your dead out and self-dead for the next 10 seconds. Just get your grip a little faster. But yeah, because everyone else is just gonna be like getting crit heals and stuff. So just something to think about doing in the future. Ooh. Good job cleaning up. This is like the risk of this location is that you can do like the high bombs like that, and I think that's Billy Boy. Like that's something Billy Boy loves to do. I think that was his name recently. But yeah, you definitely have to be aware of that. Like ideally you have like a sentry there. Ideally your med's not actually standing out on bats. He's like actually like hiding like on the shipping container in lobby a little bit more. But now you guys just have to sack. Like it's time to go. I don't love Chalk loves to do this shit. What you can do if you're taking a fast sack, and you know you have a heavy that's gonna sit here, is you can go to your Shutter and just peek it and shoot like deaths at this guy and hide and peek and like even if you die, as long as you die around the same time as your team, you can make this guy look at you the whole time instead of worrying about the rest of the bombs. So you just be like kind of like a flashbang basically for the heavy, remove him from the fight. But you guys all die for it. Your med gets to respawn. Unfortunately, no one lives, so he's getting even more time to not heal people, but that's okay. Just try to be aware of those kind of sacks on bats. Oop, fucking actual like fish jump scare. Okay, that's a DR most likely. Just worry about the NG here. Yeah. So he could be coming back in. He's most likely like, all right. Think about what actually just happened here. You catch this guy here. He runs up this way with the speed, and he sees that you're chasing him a bit. It's possible that he does like this jump and runs behind you, but he's gonna run out of cloak basically by the I think almost even before he actually gets around the corner into spawn. Or more likely, he's just running down ramp, and if he's gonna do something aggressive, it's gonna be through your Shutter, anyways. So I would just be getting over to your Shutter with your team and making sure everyone's chilling. Like he could theoretically have gotten like here too. Yeah. Okay. Oh, you almost stuck that, like, forward trap that guy. That'd been really good, but I think you handled the Uber there fine anyways, though. I mean, you fucked with their movement, you made sure they didn't really get anything, which is really good. And then you resup. I don't think Spy ended up dying. I'm imagining he's just, like, standing, like, outside your Toxic or something like that, or, like, trying to recross. Your team just has to, like, get out here, man. You definitely don't need to die in that situation, but, like, they just kind of, like, are, like, pinching your whole team, unfortunately, and Lucky is, like, actually just allowed to kill everyone. Okay, again, I mentioned before, think about how the Dead Ringer works, this guy's not going to be sitting in a corner. Yeah, see, yeah, that's good. Now you have about 10 seconds or so. He's probably just going to go to spawn and sap your telly if he didn't do that earlier. And then he's going to be, like, walking in. Either he could, if he wants to go really fast, he could have, like, gone under your bats and be walking up here. But your med looks like he's taking a peek down there, hopefully. So you shouldn't have to worry too much about that. Or he's just going to come through your shutter as you guys walk out. Maybe, like, even just under, actually, too, as you guys drop down. Something I like to try and do, as my team sets up to peek out here, is I'll, like, just take a peek down this this ramp here, or even I'll shoot a det, like, at the very top of it, because a lot of spies will just, like, sit here and, like, try to, like, head glitch and spot. He's not doing that based on what just happened, but just something to keep in your back pocket. But yeah, it looks like you guys just need to get out here. Like, if anything, like, if you're taking this space as, like, close as you are to fans, like, you need to be getting out, not worried about, like, what's going on over here, and just, like, your team needs to be doing that as well. But gotta be very careful about pulling out your det in that situation. You don't get punished for it, but it's risky. Is that... Nope, that's real. Okay, this is fine. Him getting the second there really sucks. Your scout's got to be a little more aware of what's going on when it comes to the spy, I think. But like, especially, like, I don't think that stab was really, like, your issue. I think you handled everything else pretty well. Again, another great opportunity for you to be on roof, just in case. I think I just heard a decloak, but I might be hearing things. I really, really, really dislike playing, like, as far as you are the left in Toxic. You kind of put yourself in, like, a really disadvantageous position to kind of deal with literally everything but a soldier getting past your scout and landing on you instead of on your combo. You're not preventing the spy from coming down ramp any more than you would by playing tighter with your combo, and you are leaving more opportunities for the spy to come through secret, come through shutter, drop off your bats, come through boxes, the soldier to bomb over their house and land on your combo, or, like, anyone to really just, like, bomb onto them. Because even, like, if the soldier, like, gets past your scout right now and lands on your medic, you're not in a position to actually fight that guy. So you want to be playing a little bit closer to central here, not, like, going into your Toxic is the big thing I would say. Nice. Okay, you just got to get out here now, unfortunately. I don't come back in. I really, like, just rotate your shutter, in my opinion. This is ends up working out. The big thing I would say here is good job walking with your team. I think you have enough time to just grab the pack, come through your shutter instead there. Coming out your ramp is, like, really tough. But, like, good job walking with your team. That's, like, exactly, you 9-man did your best to fight the point, so that's fine. Curious if this round timer is correct, if this is the last round. I low-key hope it is, because I've been fucking yapping. Let me slow down this mid again. Okay. Better job on the det than previous. And you don't need to shoot that second det. The first det is exactly what you need to do. And then the positioning is fine. And then as soon as you see this guy pop his DR, you need to be looking at this demo. Right? You've bought yourself 10 seconds on this guy, pretty much, almost guaranteed. So just be taking the same space, but have you looking to the right. Your scout's on roof for a potential soldier bomb. The demo is the biggest threat for the pretty much the rest of the mid, assuming it doesn't drag on forever. You don't need to hard chase this guy. Getting the sniper there is fine, and continuing to be the distraction as your flank comes in and collapses, also solid. Oh, be very careful. Yeah, that's tough. Thankfully, your med lives. So, the mistake you made here is just leaving the position. You know the guy's there. You saw him, but, like, when the scout was coming out, like, right before all that happened, So giving up the space to be away from your medic when you did is really, really bad. I know it's like scary, but I'm pretty sure their sniper, I guess he didn't die, but their sniper's not repeaking anything most likely. You know, the soldiers coming in for a salvage, and then they're gonna like take a refight or like take a dry push, or probably an Uber, because I guess their med didn't die either. But yeah, just bad positioning to deal with that bomb, and then obviously miss reflect. But otherwise, for the most part, I like the mid. Their demo is like just like shooting at the heavy or whatever too, so that's like a little weird. But okay, cool. Spy should be actually dead. Nice. And you guys have cap. This is a great opportunity to take your roof as soon as you roll out, get a buff, get on roof, get ready for the potential sack. Again, your spy check-in, the guy cannot be here yet. Again, Microthing, try to be shooting at the top of the shutter instead of like directly at people. I hate where your team is playing. I would just get to your sniper here and try to help this guy out and move. Everyone hiding in toxic is like really, really bad. Okay, you're here for the potential, like the refight, which I think is fine. I don't think you need to be as necessarily aggressive just because you have the point, right? You're not like really, you don't need to die to keep them off of it. But good job like riding the line there, not overextending far enough to die. Very important that you live in these situations. Cool, you see Spy down there? Don't chase it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, was he 1 HP? Whoa. That guy's coming for your ass. Oh, you killed Chalk. Nice. It seems. Pray for me. I'm gonna go back and hope my game doesn't crash. But I think your micro is a little strange here. I don't know if you need to be leaving the spy check that deep at all. You end up getting disconnected with your team, it seems. Alright, surely the game doesn't explode. So obviously you don't need to actually chase that guy. Just make him come to you. No one's on roof here. Your scout's dead, which makes sense. So you guys are just kind of looking to back out, it looks like. You're not getting beamed right now, and you see no one with you. I would make sure you're kind of hanging around your team a little bit more, because it looks like your med is like kiting up, and then everyone just ends up in shutter actually and just dies. It actually doesn't look like your team was kiting at all. So I think you just had like a miscommunication of what your team is actually doing. Like I mentioned before, you never need to like actually chase this far back for spy. So it seems like you just kind of like went look for spy, and then everyone kind of exploded because they weren't actually trying to leave, and you didn't like you weren't available to have any impact. Okay, your sniper dies is what it is. Stop peeking, stop peeking, stop peeking. No reason to risk dying to a sniper there, like literally ever. Opening the door for your sniper is fine, but like imagine you're dead right now. Your team's like about to try and like take some space, maybe take a dry off of your bats, or either like send in a sack, whatever. If you're dead right now, and again, they're like spy still alive. Their soldier could be bombing, or like all of these have like these players have an opportunity to like abuse your team here, or your team's just gonna end up having to like wait for you. Okay, unfortunately, you guys don't seem to want to actually. Your team needs to be taking a dry right now or taking a sack right now. You guys are doing nothing for at all. Okay, you guys start going, which is good. I think you're overcommitting your med for a dry at this much disad. That sucks. Yeah, I mean, you guys just overcommitted your med for that. You stood around for like an extra like maybe 10 seconds more than you should have, and then you're stuck between actually taking the space with your team and making sure your med like doesn't die, because your med doesn't actually want to drop off bats because your med will die if that happens, but your team's still actually going, so you're like kind of like bouncing between like, oh, do I go, do I check, do I spy check, whatever. You get stabbed, which I mean obviously you don't want that to happen, but like soldiers landing on your med right when that happens too, your whole team's like exploding, and now your med's dead. Like when you take these dry fights, you want them to be like not, you want to commit your med a similar amount as you would be like committing your med for a sack. So now you guys have like fully reset the clock again, and you're gonna need to either take another dry fight without Uber and hope you can get Uber, or take a sack or two. before you even have an opportunity to get Uber again. All right, your scouts. Oh, that's never mind. That's like the spy. Again, you're spy checking for a guy that you'll be able to see if he's not DR'd. You know he just DR'd. You know he can't be here this quickly. He DR'd in front of your shutter. So most likely that guy's either going under to get a pack or he's running under your bats and just can't be here yet. He might be up on your bats getting a pack is what I would assume. He could be really aggressive. Like if this was Jay Easy, like I would kind of expect him to like run up my ramp with that and like get the pack at my ramp and then like start trying to like ambassador people from left lobby. Well, this is Fish, so most likely he's getting your pack either like running away and getting a pack under or like getting your pack on bats when no one's there and then waiting to come in for a collapse. He could be where your medic is backing up to, and okay, as long as your medic makes it to spawn, that's fine, but it's a little scary. Yeah, I would be willing to bet that Fish is also like up here somewhere, with the soldier coming in for the collapse. Like you end up going here alone, which is bad because this is kind of the obvious pinch location that they're trying for. They're taking the opportunity to just like fully collapse on your bats. Which again, I imagine Fish called was clear or that they like that he like had the eyes on. But so you end up just kind of like walking into that. Which is obviously bad. And yeah, Fish was exactly on your bats. And now you guys are going to have to, like, again, I think your med lives, which is good. But, like, all of this could have been prevented by just, like, you not overcommitting your med on that dry fight. Because now you guys are going to have to break, like, a spawn hold. Your med's still at 70%. So you guys are basically taking another dry fight right now while they're like holding you in your spawn. It looks like your med should live for this Uber, but you really have to play tight now and make sure nothing bad happens. Again, I like it if you're actually not shooting corners right now because you know Spy's on DR, so this is good. Nice. Clearing those traps is really good, being aware of that. You see their decks close. Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. That was a really good aggression, just to make them all look at you. Even if you die there, it would suck, but like that's a really good setup for your team. Reflex are kind of mid on that situation, but it happens. Just everybody misses. Just keep grinding. Spy's the only thing alive here that's a threat. Okay, you're thinking about it. I get it. I wanna like find a good way to explain this. I could tell you know that Spy is the only threat. That's really good. But, like I mentioned before, you know he's on Dead Ringer, so he has to be walking in. All you have to do is find the spot that you're in, that's like a solid position. You see that soldier and walk over and spy check him, right? You're trying to spy check everyone in the world. If you almost didn't know, like if that guy wasn't on, like if there were, like, you almost didn't notice, I would say, that you broke that guy's spy sickle. Like you were shooting fire at everything, not like super purposefully being like checking each player, looking for someone walking in. He just happened to be walking in while you were like schizoing out in this direction looking for spy, if that makes sense. Like good job, very good catch. You did your job here, but I think you're doing your job in a way that is going to get you get you punished more often than it needs to. Again, don't chase though. Cool. You don't care about that guy for the next 10 seconds. This is fine to some extent, a little risky because you, again, don't want to get caught like over here getting sniped, which would be really bad. Since you guys are like you dying here would be awful. Because they're about to take a fight into you. You should have Uber add like a little bit. Like I think they probably have like 20 right now or something. So you just need to live. Okay, nice. Your spy's doing the Lord's work. Okay, you're freaking out. You're looking at everything right now. I can't see what's going on. It looked like I think Spy had like DR'd again there in his backup. I can't tell though. But you look at how much you're like trying to do. This is good. Meeting them with boxes, I think, is totally fine. Hiding here is really bad for your team. Like, I know it's scary. I know you probably don't want to be here. It's like a bit of a whole team issue, but like you've given all of the space. You're fully hiding. Thankfully, Soldier's not alive, so he can't land on you right now, but he should land on you. And your sniper is also like at very high risk if your NG's not literally standing like up here on the stairs or like in this corner. Even still, he doesn't have a lot of time to react. So this is a really precarious position that your whole team has put themselves in. And Spy just stabs your sniper. This is fine. Don't get involved with this Uber. Just chill back. You know Spy's like out of commission for another 10 seconds or so. He's not gonna. Oh, just slightly too late. But totally fine. Your mind's in the right place there. In my opinion, I think what you should be doing is the second you det that Spy, getting on roof is probably what you want to do. But you got the right idea. You're just literally like a half a second too late to get into the right position. And then they just kind of steamroll you for it. Looks like your med lives. You guys will have enough time. Assuming your med lives here, you have enough time for like a good fight. Very good. Okay.
Pyro, calling here. Something just came up.
Thanks, Doc.
Alright, you know Spy's dead here. Be very careful about dying to sniper as you walk out here. That guy getting there really sucks, and you're over focused. Your micro is really bad here. You over focus on like the fact that the soldier got up there, and you're like peeking out into the whole world to like stare at him while he's up there. You drop down a little early, but you end up looking at the least threatening target to yourself and dying for it very quickly as the heavy pushes up here. The big mistake here is you just drop down too early. I know you're worried about like the point, but like you gotta try to get out as a team a little bit better. Alright, is that it for this demo, I'm imagining? Yeah, okay. So let me go ahead and I can boot up Ashville real quick. I don't have a whole ton that I didn't already say, but I can add at least a couple of things to it. Oh, my game crashed. Haha. Oh man, it's actually impressive how unstable my game is without, like, I have to have no config file and no custom folder just to like get your demo to load, and my game is still being like this unstable. It's really weird. Jesus. Okay. Oh yeah, I have to bind. Whatever, it's fine. I just can't like weapon switch like normal because of the config. Keyboard. Okay, all right. And let me. There we go. Okay. So the big things I want to talk about is you're rolling out on mid. Usually I just hug this side, but it doesn't really matter as long as your demo's getting arrowed. I will shoot like one det like up here. Like you can shoot it like that's a little too high. You can like literally get it to pop in here, or like get it to like pop like super deep, like as they walk out. You want it to be like popping like over here as everyone like swings wide. The demo's going to be out, which is fine, but you can hit like 4 people very easily, especially like you can hit sniper, medic, like heavy, and usually like NG, like really consistently. And those are just like 3 people that lose crit heals, 3 people that lose their buffs. Your sniper's getting flinched, so it hopefully buys yourself like a time to like you know, get it basically like knock it headshot instantly on the mid. So you come out, you know, you shoot like one of these, and then usually it's like, I want to worry about this guy, make sure this guy's getting dealt with, and then being just focused on literally doing this the whole time as your scout like takes this fight up here. Because I probably mentioned it earlier, like I'm sure you've heard a million times and probably said it a million times to people giving the reviews on Ashville. It doesn't matter if your med dies on mid. So I try to play into that as much as possible. Whereas instead of being like, oh no, my medic might die to the soldier here, while if my scout doesn't kill him fast enough, and I'm just gonna stand here and like hope that the soldier, like hope that I'm actually impactful while the demo walks across point and everyone dies, right? I'll let my scout take this fight here. If he lets the soldier land, my med dies, and then the soldier dies to my scout while I pop this, I've done that, and I'm like reflecting this demo and making sure the demo does nothing. That's a win in my book. Just kill 9, basically. It's very easy to just like kind of let your medic die and then just kill their whole team, while they're all like freaking out about, oh, we're in toxic and we're really scared because, you know, our demo is not doing any damage. There are, you know, our soldier's dead, so you guys aren't nearly under like as much pressure. So you just kind of get to like win the mid just off of that, in my experience. Other than that, that was like the biggest thing I said I wanted to talk about on mids. And then this is a map where it's like really important to be looking for the next thing. Like, so say, you know, say you deal with the soldier here, or, you know, he comes in from over here or whatever, and it's like post mid, immediately like start looking for the spy, look for that guy is like decloaking. Because they're going to be very coordinated on this map. But that applies to pretty much everything. Things I wanted to touch on, since I couldn't super visualize. Like I said, imagine like all the places spy can be once he gets behind you. You know, you can only come from basically 3 places, assuming this like section is kind of 1. So just think about like, okay, you saw him go here, you know, he's going to be here next. You know, if he's not here next, you're going to have the opportunity to see him like walk down here and catch him here. Other things that I mentioned that I wanted to elaborate more on. Oh yeah, when you were playing, like you were like doing like this or something, like a lot at one point. All you have to do on this point, or on this map really, is if you're not playing on point and you're just kind of like either playing to sack or just holding point from kind of back here, this is kind of the spot for the most part. Maybe like right here just so the shutter's shut. But it gives you the opportunity to see everything really easily and be in a good position to deal with almost anything that's going to come at you. Because you have an opportunity to see this cross. You can see this bush decloak really easily and check that. You can check crosses and such and like provide support this way. You can check all of secret and see all of secret for a spy walking up. You have plenty of time. One, you can see like under these, you know, so you can see if a player's like sneaking up just with your eyes. And you have plenty of time to react to it, because again, your team shouldn't be playing like this, like ever. Their team's generally going to be like maybe at most like this for like a moment to reload or something. So you have the opportunity. You can see that very easily. You can check this very easily. You can see that spy's not there. You can see that spy's not there, right? And you're here for soldier bombs very easily too. You know, if he wants to land here, this is it. You know, you don't have to like go, oh shit, soldier's bombing. You know, you're already in a good position for it. And then you're also ready if your team wants to kite. You're ready to just like clear, and either be ready for this or just being ready for this, getting your med out safely. Like I mentioned, getting on roof if you're on det is really powerful. The big thing I would say, since I didn't really get the chance to see you play on roof at all, is if you are on roof, if you ever die to the sniper over here, you are feeding, you are trolling, you like uninstall, don't ever do it. You can shoot every angle on bats that you want to spam from as far back on roof as like possible, basically. You can literally be crouched at the back of roof and you can get these dets that are like popping here, basically. You don't have to be that extreme, obviously. You can very easily just be like shooting dets like this, shooting dets like this. Like you can basically kind of like shoot through the edge of this roof here. So don't ever be like peeking the sniper to like shoot deaths or something. If you die while doing this, you're hard trolling, because really your purpose here is to deal with bombs. You want to be like dodging spam, making sure the sniper has a hard time like peeking, because you can kind of like make life hell for him without ever being visible, and then you have the opportunity, like the time to switch back to your weapon and like deal with a bomb. And like I said, if you just like put this guy not on roof and he just lands, you've done your job. You don't have to kill anybody. You don't have to do anything fancy. You just have to make sure he doesn't land and to like start killing your players. Like it's much worse overall for you to like let this guy get over and then hit like a sick reflect and get the kill than to just like do this and put him back in his bats. Like only one of them goes in the frag video. Like, I get it, but it's much better to just like make sure he never even has the opportunity to go across. Oh yeah, the other thing I wanted to mention is like I talked about it like really early. Is just don't ever spy check this like this. Don't, if you know he's gonna cross. So just think about how long it's gonna take. And if you don't have the opportunity to catch him like here, if you don't have the opportunity to like just get a catch like as he's trying to take this space, or like jump over crates or whatever, just like drop a dead or two here, drop a dead here, and you've done your job. Like if you don't catch him on the cross, which really all you're doing is either just like trying to bait him into popping his DR or like break his knife, so you buy yourself 10 seconds before you have to worry about spy again. Then it doesn't matter. Again, you can see it, right? If he did cross over there, he's doing. If you miss it, he's doing this. He's walking over here. He might be going up here and like trying to be annoying and like coming in your shutter, which is like the fastest thing he can do, other than like maybe like walking, like stabbing your sniper if he's up here. Like if you see your sniper up here and spy's recently crossed and you see like just let him know. Otherwise, he's literally like running all the way back here, sapping your telly, coming through this way maybe, and sapping it instead, or walking all the way through and coming to ramp. Like just think about how much time you have, and then once you determine where he is, like you hear, okay, he's in spawn, he has to, he's here, and that means he has to do all of this to come back in, or all of this. So think about where he can actually be based on the information you have, and know that you have time to look forward, and worry about other things. I think that's most of what I wanted to talk about on Ashville. Something I will pull up for you real quick. Let me get this open. Is the general spy timing numbers, if you want to be worried about that. Just kind of get it in your mind. I have a video I can send you for it. But generally speaking, you want to be keeping track of if he's taking teleporter the best you can. Like if he spawns alone, you can probably assume that he's going to take the telly, because it has a pretty big effect on timing. But generally speaking, if he's taking the teleporter, it's probably like he can cross like over point with like 6-7 seconds, and otherwise he's going to be crossing point or under in like 12 to 15 seconds roughly. So the only thing is like if he takes telly and crosses point, it's really fast. Otherwise it's like at least 12 seconds pretty much. And the other thing to think about is if you catch him and he's going to recross, it's about 7 to 8 seconds to like say you catch him a point, he goes under and like gets the pack and like either crosses like over point again or like crosses under. It's going to be about like 7-8 seconds. It also takes pretty much 6 seconds minimum, usually like 7 to 8 minimum, to do any rotations from behind. If you see him on your ramp and he's rotating, even if he's like going, the fastest thing he can do is he can come ramp, you catch him, he goes and gets the pack, and he immediately runs back up ramp. That's like 6 seconds or so, but everything else is more than that. So you've pretty much, if you can assume he's getting a pack, you've bought yourself that much time. But I've sent you those kind of resources, so you can look at that on your own as well, and have a good understanding of those kind of things. But otherwise, I think that's about it. Like I mentioned before, still be playing closer to your team, still be like not moving around as much, make players come to you. But yeah, I think that's about it.